This is The Walking Dead Destinies Season 3, and just when you thought the game can't get any worse, we end at Woodbury. But apparently the game didn't save last time, so I've got to redo the Rick fight, which went well. Take it, Rick, take it, Rick, take it like your wife took it, Rick! Our first HQ is the prison outskirts, and immediately we gotta solve a group conflict between Glenn and Merle. And basically Glenn's not happy that Merle is a loud and proud sort of boy, and obviously I gotta back up that kind of philosophy. None of this actually matters, that's what I've kind of figured. So our first mission involves Shane, Carol, and Daryl. And starting with Shane, his mission is simple: kill walkers. Although you might say 13 is unlucky for some. Well, it's a bloody good thing once you've killed them all. More of them will simply drop from the sky. But these ones have armored helmets, so take additional hits to kill. Well, that's not annoying. Can I shoot the helmets at least? Yes, they do take shots. Oh, I did 2 in 1. I'm a trick shotter. Hey! And once they're cleared, guess what? We have another wave. I also find a homemade grenade in the prison grounds. I guess the US and UK prison systems are very different. Shane takes out the last few walkers, and then we swap to Carol, who's tasked with, well, exactly the same thing. I'm gonna sneak. I'm a sneaky boy. Woman. And as predicted, going sneaky goes wrong almost immediately. But that's alright, because I have the least effective pistol in US history. No, it's not my bloody aim, alright? If I see a single skill issue in that comment section, I'm gonna be absolutely seething. Yes! That was good, man. Overall, Carol takes down an unholy amount of walkers, and in no short part thanks to the regular availability of explosive vests in the US prison system. She takes down the last few thanks to her impressive machete skills. Then we swap to Daryl, who's inside the prison, armed with literally 1 crossbow bolt, by the way. Damn, Daryl really got the short straw here. Shane had the overpowered 12-round revolver. Carol had an abundance of grenade walkers to take advantage of, and all Daryl gets is a fire axe and a sharpened stick. And he's got to fight 2 hulked out roidheads. And the last time someone took this many back shots, Kim Kardashian got 200 million views on the hub. How is this guy taking so many hits? I then find myself a shotgun, and well, things go a lot better from there. Shane then catches up with Carol and Daryl, but unfortunately we have a massive problem. One of the prisoners has been locked in the canteen this entire time, and we've got to decide what to do with him. And you know what? I'm sure he wasn't a violent offender, so I invite him to stay in the cell with me and my baby mama. Then we have another bloody group conflict between Merle and Glenn, and basically Merle's being a racist piece of shit, so obviously I side with Glenn. It's really annoying that these group conflict things don't really have an effect on the story. Episode 12, sick. And this time it's Herschel's turn up to bat, and he's been tasked with finding the armory so we can properly defend this place. And there seems to still be lots of walkers in their cells. Good thing they're locked up safely, right? I'm so happy that Herschel's nice and safe. I also find an abundance of drugs in this prison, and that's gotta be the most unrealistic thing in this entire game. Drugs in prison? Nah mate, the guards won't allow that. I get to the security room and find myself an assault rifle. And if I know video games, which I think I probably do, I'd say I'm about to fight these 2 fat bastards, as unfortunately they seem to be carrying plot armor. Herschel presses a random button, and that opens up all of the cells, letting out all of the knobheads. But surprisingly not the 2 fat fuckers in the same room as me. Wait, hang on, they can't get out. Their inability to step over an ankle-high crate comes in clutch, and I light the fuckers up. I can then collect a bucket load of ammo, as well as the weapons bag, which I'm guessing is tucked away in my prison pocket. And now I've got to fight my way back to the rest of the group. Ho ho ho, now I have a machine gun. And I've given this game plenty of shit, so I think it's only right to compliment it when it does something good. I actually really enjoyed this mission. What can I say? I'm a real simple-minded man. You give me a machine gun and waves of the undead, and I'm like a pig in bloody shit. Ooh, there's a grenade there. Again, no idea how homemade grenades make it into prisons, but you know, I'm not here to judge. I then come across a massive amount of crawlers. I guess this prison must have had a massive amputee wing. Herschel then meets up with Shane and gives him the sack of guns, but unfortunately gets bit on the back of the leg. But that's alright, grab the axe and we'll chop that bastard off. Wait. Shane, where you going, bro? R.I.P. Herschel, I guess. Episode 13, Killer Within. And with Laurie expected to give birth any day now, her and Carol go looking for the pharmacy to try and find a safe place to give birth. But suddenly the prison alarm starts sounding, and walkers start closing in on their location. But it turns out there's worse things out there than the undead. Shane and Maggie burst into the pharmacy and find a lifeless corpse on the floor. It appears Carol has been murdered. And Laurie, strangely, seems to be perfectly fine. And she's very quick to blame Andrew for the murder. That bastard! I did everything right by him. It's what I get for trusting a criminal. So Shane heads off on the warpath. Firstly, he needs to get these alarms off. Light them up, light them up. We on fire! But after finding and shooting down all 8 alarms, Shane decides that was a waste of time, so instead tries to shut shit down from the control center. Would have saved a lot of ammo if you did that like 20 minutes ago, Shane, but yeah, sure, whatever. But the alarm doesn't stop, and Andrew just casually jogs past. And now I've just got to chase the bastard down. Shane tracks him to the generator room, and the bastard tries taking me down with a fire axe. But what can I say, Shane is one speedy boy. And now with next to 0 visibility, I've got to find and turn off 2 generators. But after I successfully do that, suddenly there's another 2 generators I need to going off. And now the place is on fire. So guess what? I find and turn off another 2 generators. And now I've got to find and turn off another 4. And it takes me absolutely ages, as I can see fuck all. And I gotta stay crouched to avoid the smoke inhalation. But finally I get to face off against Andrew. And he's a skinny little shit who's been locked in a canteen the entire apocalypse. Whereas I'm an alpha chad who's been putting babies in my best friend's wife. There was only ever gonna be one winner. Get wrecked, you little bitch. But while Shane was beating criminal scum, Laurie was having her stomach cut open and a baby pulled out of it. To be honest, I'm just surprised the farm girl managed to complete a C-section with 0 training. Aw, look at that. She lives. I mean, Carol's dead, but aw. R.I.P. Carol, I guess. Then we get another group conflict, and for once Merle's not involved. Sisters Maggie and Beth are arguing because Beth is thinking about topping herself. And I'm like, whoa, it's a free country, let Beth do what she wants. One less mouth to feed, if you know what I'm saying. But I might have accidentally pressed the wrong button. Oh, hang on, I accidentally sided with Maggie. I got my left or right mixed up. Shit. Episode 14. Take care of each other. And basically, Daryl's got to collect some baby formula for a little ass kicker. What the fuck? Who's this dickhead? Apparently, I can spawn in with bad guys directly behind me. Well, have a go on that, you leather jacket wearing prick. It's a leathered bald dude with a baseball bat. I'm pretty sure I just fought Negan. And now it's time for Daryl to become a ninja. And apparently, nobody cares that their mate just took an arrow to the face. He creeps about stabbing everybody's skulls without really knowing if these guys are baddies or not. And I guarantee you didn't know this, but Daryl Dixon is a feminist. They got the peripheral vision of a blind man. As he treats all of the men and women with absolute equality. We take down the final baddie and collect all of the supplies. Then Daryl finds a katana wielding badass beating off some strangers. Not like that, you dirty bastards. And cementing himself as everyone's favourite feminist, Daryl saves her life. And it turns out when it's actually got ammo, the bow might be the best weapon in the game. And with one guy still left, the game fades to black and all of a sudden we become Michonne. However, Daryl has been captured by the baddies. Well, I've obviously got to save him in the same way he just saved me, right? But nah, fuck that, Michonne heads straight for the exit. But she was nice enough to pick up the baby shite on the way out and deliver it to the prison. She tells the survivors that Daryl was kidnapped and is being held in a town called Woodbury. She then tells us a story from a few days ago. Episode 15. Walk with me. Quite literally, as we now have to follow the governor and T-Dog around. Oh yeah, and T-Dog's back, by the way. One-handed, one-eyed, but at least he's got a full set of hair. Fair play, I guess they're still doing flights to Turkey. I hope he got a new set of teeth while he was there. Gotta look after yourself, you know? So the governor gives me the full tour of Woodbury, which is super annoying, because as you can see, I'm like twice the speed of him. If only that was the worst thing in this game, then I'd be okay with it. With the tour complete, he shows Michonne the fighting pits, but she's like, nah, fuck that, I'm out of here. But first, she's got to find her signature katana. Basically, she did a branding course a couple of years ago and knows how important it is to look the part. Episode 16. Made to suffer. Michonne's now got to find her way into town hall without being spotted by any of the guards. Not great for this whole stealth thing, I was immediately walked into the armed guards. Yeah, it's probably safe to assume as a rule of thumb, when a game wants you to find your way into somewhere, it's probably not going to be as simple as walking through the front door. Now I need to find something to break the lock off that gate. Well, it's quite handy that I happen to stumble across a workshop. However, it is heavily guarded, so I need a way of distracting the guards. So I head back down the stairs desperately searching for a bottle or something, which unfortunately I don't find, but I do find this woman guarding a suspiciously small area. And while she's literally staring at a brick wall, I make my move. Well, at least I attempt to. Thankfully, a roly-poly gets me sorted. Then I come across another guard, and this one's watching some plastic bottles. Like, what exactly did you fuck up so bad that they put you in charge of watching over the recycling? And he even fucked that up. Anyway, I head back upstairs and lob the plastic bottle, which thankfully distracts the guard. But not the one I needed to be distracted. So I head back down the stairs, back past the guard staring at the brick, and pinch myself a second plastic bottle. Again, head back upstairs, and try distracting her for the second time. But she is just simply not interested. And that's when I realised there's actually a second part I can hide in, so when she turns around for the third time, I can sneak in. And would you look at that, a set of bolt cutters in the workshop. So head back to the gate and break in via a fade to black. I then have to sneak my way past some blind guards. Like, I genuinely suspect they found these guys in a Specsavers waiting room. Should have gone to Specsavers. Hashtag not an ad, but if Specsavers would like to pay me £50,000, I'm not going to complain. So I sneak my way to the open window and you guessed it, creep in via a fade to black. I can then find Michonne's katana on the governor's table, but that's not the only thing I find in his apartment. I suspect he has ties to Prince Andrew, as I find a small child chained up in the cupboard. Oh, hang on, I take it all back, it's just a walker. The governor then bursts into the room, and he's like, no, please don't hurt my baby girl. And that takes us to our next defining decision. Do I put down the undead, or show mercy to a grieving father? I decide to have a heart and spare the kid. Then T-Dog barges in and sparks out the governor. T-Dog T-Dog then shoots the kid and is like, "You're batshit crazy, I'm taking your job, you prick." Then in a surprise twist of events, Michonne comes to the governor's aid. He legs it out the door and Michonne and T-Dog fight, but obviously Michonne gets the better of him by stabbing him in the eye that he's already missing. Episode 17, Hounded. And I'm now playing as the governor, who apparently is being hunted by his own people. Wait, what the fuck? How does that even make sense? Well, to be fair, I suppose this woman did just see me stab someone in the face, but for some reason the game won't let me swing my sledgehammer. Well, in that case, then I've just gotta leg it. And the funny thing is, I genuinely don't know if that's a feature or a glitch, because I find myself a revolver, I'm then able to shoot my former men. And the women, let's not let the ladies feel left out, but no matter what, it won't let me use the sledgehammer. The gates then burst open and walkers start pouring inside. But that's alright, I'm an agile boy, I'll just go around the outside of them. And I'm assuming I'm supposed to have a cutscene right now, but yeah, I just got a black screen. But it kinda sounds to me like T-Dog, our new makeshift villain, has captured someone. Well, back to the prism, and it seems Philip has joined the group. And also Beth and Michonne are bickering. And it's like Michonne is brand new to this group, and she's already willing to get her hands dirty by taking the pills off our resident pillhead. Fair play to her. Episode 18, When the Dead Come Knocking. And now the group need more firepower to rescue Daryl from Woodbury. But I'd argue this is definitely questionable leadership on Shane's behalf. The dude is perfectly alright with allowing his baby mama to go search for weapons in a building with heavily armed men in. And this is merely days after the woman had a C-section, for fuck's sake. You're about to get beaten up by a woman who's just had a C-section. You know what I mean? That's some serious fucking surgery, by the way. Like, her stomach was ripped open. But in the end, I just shoot him in the face. I then find the weapons crates, then head upstairs in the search for more weapons crates. And even with 15 stitches in her stomach, Laurie absolutely decimates the living. Gotta appreciate the woman who's more than happy to drop a frag. We then wander around a warehouse, battering wooden crates, trying to find more weapons cases. Oh yeah, and zombies are falling through the ceiling. But for the most part, I leave the undead for the other knobheads and focus on getting the weapons crates before leaving the building. And now we gotta rescue our boy Daryl from Woodbury. We start in the fighting pits as Daryl fighting the governor. And my stream chat was like, watch out, this is gonna be proper hard. But it turns out if you just feed him to the walkers, it does massive damage. Daryl solos the governor, but guess what? The bastard gets a second wind. Daryl doesn't though. Same HP and everything. But look, Daryl ain't taking no prisoners and absolutely decimates the specky prick. So to give the man a chance, T-Dog gives him a shotgun. But Daryl never gives him a chance to use it and just cleanly sparks the fucker out. And with the governor laying unconscious on the floor, our group of heroes break into Woodbury and just start blasting. And now I'm back playing as Shane and I gotta destroy all the military vehicles. Which turns out to be pretty simple, as I could take out 4 of them from the safety of this platform. In fact, the only reason I dropped down was to collect more ammo. And I don't know who's designing these guys' gear, but I've got to get myself one of these helmets. Oh my god, that is an impressive helmet. I destroy the last of the trucks and escape. Meanwhile, T-Dog stands around staring at the burning Woodbury. And apparently when we escaped, we took a load of their citizens with us. Wow, those guys are super forgiving. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's the end of Season 3, and if you want to see Season 4, I'll be streaming it shortly after this video comes out. Or alternatively, you can leave a like on the video, and if we say get 600, I'll edit and get the video uploaded for tomorrow.